We got Gordon Freeman in the house. What's up? Vector Sater, hello and good afternoon. Wow, Gordon Freeman at a 20 stream streak. That's pretty good. You know, I haven't been doing any bonus streams in the past couple weeks, but hey, one byproduct of that is bigger streaks. Hey, thank you so much, JJ, for the on-screen celebration bits. I do appreciate it. And tip of the tea kettle to you as well, my man. And no problem about the Discord pings, Gordon Freeman 64. You know what they say when posting on Discord. Don't just drop a link. Type in a little preface of what is this, or what do you think about it, or what to look for. It will lead to a dramatic spike in engagement stats. Who's ready for Sonic Generations 24, man? 'Cause I is, and we're doing wagers. Yeah, baby. Okay? You know, I'm just playing the levels, but I'm gonna go for an S rank. Will Alex get an S rank? That's the plan, and we're starting at Speed Highway. You know what they say, don't go over the speed limit. You can stop, you can dance, 'cause there is no circumstance. Hello, Ghost of Burb. Ghost of Burb's in the house. You're about to see me in the house. And here I come. Sorry, peeps. Here's me. What's up? It's Alex. Welcome, one and all, to another Wednesday drive here in the zone. I got the game all ready to go. So let's do it, man. What's up, guys? This is the typical YouTuber start of video. What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing good. Back to game. Actually, let me just make sure that the segments are queued up. Oh, they're there. Oh, don't look, man. And the adventure continues. Sonic Generations 24, where you can't use the D-pad. And I was doing this before. I was like, hey, why isn't Sonic moving? Is the controller messed up? Do I have button remapping? No, it's just that you can't use the D-pad. You can't use the D-pad to control Sonic in this game. And they call it an improved remaster. It's like you lost a feature. You lost a feature. Let's go to Act 1. This is your boy, Alex Yad. We got Ghostaberg, Gordon Freeman, Vector Sater, JJ giving us the tip of the tea kettle. I hope everyone's doing good. I'm doing pretty alright. I gotta say, the video is shaping up. I'm not quite where I wanted and hoped to be by the time I got to the stream, but really, I'm only a little bit behind. And certainly not behind in any way that I'm concerned about, you know, making the scheduled release date. Interesting. Hello, Eblo. Unfortunately, Eblo is also reporting that Generations 11 has controller issues as well. Because Eblo had to use Steam shenanigans to make the controller pretend to be a keyboard. That's interesting that happened to you. I don't mean to be an armchair technician, but maybe I'm having deja vu. Did we already talk about this? I've had issues, or at least I've had troubleshooting sessions where it won't recognize my controller, but it's always fixed by going to the launcher and picking... So I use a Switch Pro controller. Maybe you're using a different kind of controller. The launcher thinks that my Switch Pro controller is an Xbox 360 controller. That's where. But when I select that, then it works. It falls again. It's because I wanted to see this great hotel rendition. Okay, yeah. Eblo was using an Xbox controller. Wow. So it works for me with a Switch controller, thinking it's a Bill Gates controller. But Eblo actually has a Bill Gates controller, and it doesn't even work. Someone needs to talk to that there Sega. No, I gotta jump over this man. That was close. Keeping my S rank alive. Did I start the wager, or did I forget? There's only 5 people. It's not like a ton of points on the line anyway, but we'll do some wagers regardless. Wait, was that Chip from Unleashed in there? Not Chip. Chow de Night? Is that the French nightclub? Nice. Eblo bet 10,000 points on an S rank. Going for that S. This shout out to my second channel's banner with the classical riding the helicopter bit. So weird playing with a joystick on this. You do a big massive spin dash and you only go 2 feet. This is so epic. This was so mind-blowing in 2011, and nowadays it's moderately cool. Dies, loses the S rank. There goes Eblo's 10k. I'm sorry. Wow, was I charging a drop dash? I forgot that they added it to this, right? Because it wasn't a thing in 2011. It wasn't a thing until 2017. Although it micro almost was in Sonic 3. the early beta, I think, maybe has a drop dash. And of course, who could forget the Sonic 3 beta that had a projectile weapon? They were going to turn Sonic into a run-and gun, where you could shoot rings forward, like as a line drive, and attack enemies. Am I going forward or backwards in this life? Forwards. Yeah, Eblo says pre-game launchers are terrible indeed. But at least I got my new controller to control Classic Sonic with the joystick instead of the D-pad. Is that cream and chow? No, cream and cheese. Duh. Who else would it be? Cream and cheese, confirms Eblo. Alright, so I'll go for an S rank now. 2 minutes have begun. Betting is open. Yeah, Eblo says Sega just forgot Chocola exists. Alright, Lightspeed Dash is just hit X to win. Sweet. Yeah, Chocola. Which game has Chocola? Is it, I think in maybe Shadow 05, there's a mission with Cream, and you have to find maybe cheese, but then also Chocola. There's 2 Chow hidden in the stage, but possibly. But yeah, I can picture... I think also Chocola maybe gets mentioned in Heroes. Is that who Cream's looking for the whole time? Yeah, Eblo confirms Heroes. Stomp that man. There's the Lightspeed Dash, the reason me all do the tutorial. This looks so badass. Sega didn't make, content as this in-depth and with love poured into it until they expanded the game in 2024. And I was thinking they should do Sonic Cross Shadow Mania. That way you finally get to put Shadow in a classic game. And just have like 5 new levels. So good at homing attacks. Can't boost in midair. Ah! Oh, I just see Sonic flying, getting all stuck upside down midair. Now, no, Gordon, I haven't seen the Sonic Movie 3 leak, but there's plenty of people who have seen the movie by this point. Sam Procrastinates got to go to some kind of premiere event, and you're going to see a picture of him posing with Sonic characters at some kind of... Wait, why do I have to press ZL to drift? When the hell did this happen? But yeah, of course, I'm gonna... So I do have on-screen bits to show you guys about Sonic Movie 3, but it's not spoiler. It's just very broad promotional snippets, but yeah. So I guess I gotta decide when to see the movie, and maybe I'll see it in the daytime on Friday. And that way, I can talk about it on the stream. Of course, I'm sure that there's going to be people who have not seen the movie. For that matter, the movie comes out Friday. Everyone's probably going to be watching the movie during my stream. Eblo wonders why Eblo didn't get invited to the premiere. Sega's doing a real disservice. Yeah, a disservice to Eblo, a disservice to Johnny Gioeli. JJ will be seeing it soon. Is that as in, like, sooner than Friday? You gonna see it tomorrow? Does it have the same release date in the UK? Because I remember Sonic Movie 2 came out a week early, didn't it? And LS Mark flew away from America to the UK. Ah, look at dentist mode cream. Open wide, here comes the train. All right, JJ's seeing it Saturday. So you won't have seen it during my Friday stream, which is totally fine.
You did great, kiddo.
You did great, kiddo. That's the genius of Ian Flynn, I'll say. All right, I got my S rank. But the question is, will I do the same here at City Escape? Well, of course, we're doing Classic first. Not that I have to, but I elect to. Alright, S rank in the cards. What a great start of the level with this nice park. 2 minutes has begun. Eblo got a crazy return rate. Those 2 seconds that I stood there waiting at the beginning that got added to the clock, that got erased by the overpowered spin dash that I did. Whose market was that? I saw something market in the background. It just flat out tells you to press ZR. Press ZR if you'd like to advance in the game. It's kind of what's needed. Set you free, Johnny G. Want some cash? Look, we all know, we all heard the news. Talk about that later. There's an on-screen segment about it. And hey, what's up, Alexa? Alexa just got the report card, and based on that use of an exclamation mark, I get the sense that, all told, your net performance is something you're happy-ish with. So nice job, Alexa. Chase those A's. You must be excited to kick back and enjoy your vacation, huh? When does the Sonic movie number 3 come out? In the sovereign nation of Serbia the Hedgehog. Serbia has natural native hedgehogs, right? In addition to screening Sonic Movie 3 at some point. And also, when you see the Sonic movies, do they have captions on screen, Alexa? Now, were we talking about Sonic skateboarding lately? We were talking about something on stream, and I think the question came up, like, has Sonic ever done skateboarding in anything? And someone mentioned, City Escape. Damn it, I had one job. Oh, there goes the S. I died. Just like all the echidnas except Knuckles. I love that. You hit the skateboard, and it gives you an artificial kind of momentum boost forward, which, is not true to form in Sonic. But it's kind of okay as its own thing. I don't know, I have mixed feelings. Now there's the Raymond J. Squirrel and Mighty bit that was single-handedly responsible for getting them into Mania Plus many years later. Who the hell are Bark, Bean, and Fang? Oh god. Damn it. I wish I could run around in that background. It looks inviting. Hop over the cars like in the opening scene of Vinyl. You ever watch the show Vinyl on HBO? Don't. Want me to persuade you why you shouldn't watch it? The first scene is so dumb. They're outside a concert venue. It's about like rock bands and record labels. They're outside a concert venue, and people are so excited to run to see this band at the concert that this person runs over a car. Totally unnecessary. But there's this big stampede. They're all running to see the concert. Like, I don't know why they're suddenly in such a hurry. But not one, but two people climb over an automobile vehicle. Okay, Ghost Burb thinks maybe that Sonic had a skateboard in the OVA, but maybe Old Man Owl was holding it. Wow, there's an Old Man Owl, so maybe that micro-influenced Longclaw. Gordon Freeman's wondering, what is this place? Well, I didn't get an S rank, and there's probably not a ton of bets bet. But now you gotta figure out if I'm gonna get an S rank in City Escape 3D. And Gordon is saying about the HBO show. Oh, so I don't know exactly what you're asking, but I had no further details to add about warning you guys not to watch Vinyl. But yeah, Alexa's school break will start on December 27. And then, yeah, the movie's coming out the same week in your home territory. Very cool. Moving ahead. Now, is Live and Learn in this game? Sonic Generation? Because it's in Sonic Movie 3, but there's no issue at all with that. Follow me. Aw, man. Are Sonic's mid-air tricks different in this? Got the different mid-air poses post-Badnik destruction. Okay, interesting. So I didn't know this. JJ says Johnny has fallen out with June. And then I don't know if Twitch is glitching, but I assume what that's supposed to say is likely to over this. As it's June who's given the say-so each time. Could you maybe say that again? What do you mean by that? It's June who's given the say-so each time? Oh, so June... So each time Sega used Live and Learn, they asked June. Or like maybe... So as a starting point, Jun Sonoy knew about all of the uses, but probably Johnny didn't. Wow. I didn't even think of Jun in all this. Wow. And the timing of the millennium, I really... I don't want to ascribe bad motives or give anyone a hard time until everything is known, but... Holy crap. For this to happen at this exact time... It makes me wonder if the movie... I don't know. It's baffling. Like if the movie... I know that Johnny has spoken publicly, you know, several months ago, that... you know, Johnny has in interviews said, like, yeah, you know, I talked with Paramount, we negotiated a deal, you know, they now have the rights to do whatever they want in the movie. So I wonder if... Because Johnny has said that a fan this year, which it sounds absurd, this year, a fan told Johnny that Live and Learn is like in an Olympics game and Smash and whatever, any number of things. And so maybe the fan was like, oh, how did the negotiations go for Paramount? By the way, how much did you get for Smash Bros? It's in Smash Bros? Yeah, JJ says the forums are saying this is the end of Crush 40. Well, at least I got my Shadow the Hedgehog video in when I did, in the last hurrah. And look, I'm not... if that's just forum speculation, I can understand why people could say that, but I don't want to assume there's bad blood between the two of them until it's confirmed. Call me naive, but... Oh, Rouge.
You're a real gem, Rouge.
Get it? I love that sound effect. Well, I died, so I didn't get an S rank. Did you? No one bet that I would. Only a yes, so I'll return the points. Okay? But it's time to go to Crisis City. No, not Crisis City. Crisis City is in the next area. Alright. Classic Seaside. Who was it, LS Mark, saying that Sonic characters themselves wouldn't call this place Seaside Hill? Like, that's only kind of a name that's, you know, created for the gamification of this story. But I don't know if I buy into that. I'm not opposed to the... Like, this is understood to be Seaside Hill. Alright, S rank, 2 minutes has begun. Ready, set, bet. Places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Now I feel like I always fall into the horrible route on this level. So let me make a great effort to stay on the surface. Whoa, that was cool. Doesn't stay on the surface. Is it mandatory to go down here? Can Sonic skip like a rock? Yeah, Gordon, I saw the whisper, but what's the relevance of that? So yeah. One thing that you can surmise from this whole thing, and I'm gonna say this as a joke. The big takeaway is that Johnny Gioeli isn't a Sonic fan. Because if he was, he would have figured out about any of the 25 plus appearances of Live and Learn. Right? I say that all as a joke. The joke being that, you know, and look, I think Johnny has said in interviews that he never plays the game, but I exaggerate to say he's, you know, not a fan. But if you were to gauge Johnny's interest in playing a game like Start Transformed, it would probably be nil. Gordon Freeman squared away. Alexa's getting excited for vacation. I'm gonna take a micro vacation. I'm not even gonna, once I finish this Sonic CD video, I'm gonna at least take one day to be like, No, new video's gonna be great. I'm looking excited. If you saw the scenes that I finalized today, oof, some really great stuff. It's kind of nuts. I like the jump sound effect in this game. Uh-oh, Ghostaberb says, what am I talking about? I'm not allowed to have breaks, ever. You know, and I probably won't even, like... I love having the daily habit of working on the videos, you know? Like, even sitting here now... I'm not thinking of it in terms of like, oh, it'll be so great to have a break because working on this video has been... It's more just like, you know, I'll have some days where I work on it less. You know, and in the early... I have a pretty good plan of which videos are in the near future. And I'm going to be sharing that with patrons. I'll make plans to share with patrons as soon as I finish this video. Oh god. There's 2 rocks now. Its friend has joined him. Running behind the rock, losing all style points, and continuing the adventure. What? I can't spin dash here? I'm way behind the rock. I can't even beat an inanimate rolling rock in a race. I tried, I failed. Alright, we'll do, obviously, at least one more act. Probably 2 more acts. And then we'll go emblem hunting. Poor Espio, still stuck in the dentist's chair. Act 2. I'm TT. Wall jumps. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Here we go. Oh, you can see Sonic in those 2 symbols. I never noticed that in the Omachild's speech bubble. This is such a good remix. Oh god. This is just like the OG. Now we got these. Classic loop-to-loop. And now it's different. It's in 2D. What a disappointment. Yeah, that's kind of lame. That this amazing level from an amazing 3D game goes to 2D right after the recreated opening bit. I'm kind of like, whatever. Whoa, what's this? What's this? Was that going backwards? I mean... Oh, now I'm in 3D? I didn't know when it was 2D versus 3D. Jeez. Okay, Eblos thinks that they took this criticism to heart, which is why all Act 1 levels in Shadow Generations are pure 3D. That, I do appreciate that. That does sound like it's very plausible. Right, and then to one-up themselves even further, the 2D levels are like just better with the 45-degree angle. They just, in an amazing feat, it's almost like you just feel less constricted in the 45-degree angled 2D gameplay. So bravo, Sega. I hope you got $1 million lining around to give to Johnny as he makes his sudden exit from the Sonic series at the most important Sonic moment of all time, which also involves live and learn. Look, you gotta laugh about these kind of things. I came down to the bogus route, guys. This is where true gangsters game. Yeah, Kyo's got the right idea. 45-degree angle remake of Sonic CD when? That would be a midnight day 1 purchase for me. And maybe Bentley Jones is accepting work. Whoa, I didn't mean to come down here. Nor did I expect to live. I died. Eblo, or Gordon says, not all. Not all Act 1s. But yeah, Eblo maintains that the 2D is purely in the Act 2s. No Act 1 level has 2 dimensions. Well, I think they all have 2 dimensions. Because they have dimension 1, 2, and 3. Good night, everybody! No, but I know what you mean. I love that they even put the rings in, the 3 parallel strips of rings. Just like you go into Power Formation in Heroes for maximum collection. Eblo is reminding me we're not in geometry class. And I started to watch Oppenheimer the Hedgehog because I got access to it for free. I think maybe on Amazon. So I'm watching them do high stakes math. It's all just quantum math in the end. And in the beginning. Eblo didn't watch Oppenheimer. You already got spoiled on it back in high school. Bomb spoilers indeed. Now this music, of course, mixes not just Seaside Hill, but also Ocean Palace. And I can't remember if the new version of Rail Canyon does that. Whether it mixes elements of the music from Bullet Train. Gordon points out Chrono Trigger is 50% off on Steam. And Hades was $10. I don't know if the sale ended on Steam. Alright, if there's a quick thing I can do, I would do it. But I think we're going to get to have some Ian Flynn dialogue with Espio now. What a treat. Oh. Wow, a Tails cutscene? Ah, look at that wave. Classic Sonic, classic Tails.
Okay, so we're pretty sure we've figured things out. And it's pretty dire.
Dire. God damn it, Ian. Would you stop it?
That thing keeps jumping back and forth through time, consuming the dimensional energy. And all that's left behind is this lifeless white void. The Sonics are the one constant here. Their speed is restoring
The way the
space-time.
classic Tails walks. Adorable.
Then I guess we have to run like there's no tomorrow, or there won't be a tomorrow.
He can, like, jump and float.
We're facing a dangerous foe, Sonic. Better be on your guard.
Sure thing.
Yeah, Eblo is still rightly upset that this game doesn't have classic Knuckles. And Generations 24 didn't fix it either. Yeah, there's no reason why we wouldn't get the classical counterpart. Alright, it's 4:35. It's time to go get emblems, baby. Hey, what's up, 21 volts? What a great surprise. How you doing, man? Welcome back, and thank you so much for the continued subscription streak. Hope you're doing good. As we now roll into some emblem getting. Oyster cracker chords. Remember the oyster cracker chords? No, I have to go back to the menu to save. Wow, if you mash the button, you could accidentally save on that first slot. Sonic Hedgehog. Alright. Next up, Sonic Adventure 1. Yep, 21 volts. Read up on some of my recent reporting. Yeah, that is quite the side quest, isn't it? I try not to revisit the topic, and it's totally fine that you brought it up, 21 volts. Yeah, I want that commentary to, exist and just be able to be found by anyone. Whoops, did I open the wrong game? My bad. I gotta open Sonic Adventure. The game that I guess was the debut of Johnny Gioeli, right? For Better and Now. Gordon Freeman's working through realities. Sega. It's gonna be too loud. Sonic Team. Do. Evlo says, Johnny, yes, was on Sonic Adventure 1. He has had quite a relationship with Sega since then. He has lived and learned. He has certainly lived. And he learned a little bit too late, I guess. Is the volume levels amazing? Should go down a little. Now, Gordon says, so no JJ race. Why do you say that, Gordon? Is there any indication that there won't be a JJ special?
Select your files.
JJ says, no race. No way. And thank you, Ghost of Burb. As far as whether it should be Adventure or DX, I guess just pick the one with more followers to game the system. Thank you, Ghost of Burb. Yeah, Eblo says, SA1 all emblems race. Ready, go, get the emblems. All night fundraiser. Alright, so it's not mission mode, but trial mode.
Select your character.
Yeah, and 21 volts also found, a response video. And I've, 21 volts, I actually did a response stream to that response. And Malakai's video is one of the better things that came out of all of this. But yeah, Gordon Freeman, everyone should feel empowered to check the schedule because it will always indicate the games on the docket for the schedule and even which ones will have a JJ race and which ones will have segments. Which today, that game is, of course, Sonic the Hedgehog CD. Naoto Oshima's one-of-a-kind brainchild. Except America changed it. I thought that was a cute animal to collect. It's an enemy. I want to collect animals, not attack them. Little robot monkey.
Some rockets require you to push a switch.
Some rockets require you to go through bureaucratic processes. Oh, I thought that was Tails, but it's another evil robot monkey. Oh, look, the burb goes to burb. Burb. Wow, it goes to you? I mean, it could have been a coincidence that was going to be its flight plan anyway, but it looked like it returned to Sonic. I mean, just ask Ghost of Burb. A very good burb indeed. Whoa, did you see the way Sonic got thrust forward? I love that icon. I didn't know that was an animation. I thought that was only a Generations thing. It's so adorable in Generations when you're in a modern level and you trip on something and Sonic like stumbles. It's peak. Sonic in 3D stumbling with the rearview camera, it'll make your day. At the very least, your hour. Wow, so Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut has more followers? I wouldn't have even guessed that. I guess I would always assume that the OG game would have more followers. For any game, not just Sonic. Although, now I can't remember for CD whether the 2011 or the OG 93 has more followers. It might actually be 2011, but now I'm not sure. Alright, Ghost Burp says that they were pretty close in the end, both DX and OG. Yeah, no, Keo says that the OG Dreamcast games of these are forgotten. Yeah, they don't have all that many followers. Yeah, and Eblo figures that most of the SA1 category is just people playing DX. It's a borderline definitive edition of the game. Now 21 Volts wonders if I watched the Game Awards. So I didn't really watch more than a few minutes of it, and I just happened to tune in at the exact moment they announced the Sonic Racing game. But yeah, I popped in and it looked like last year, and I'm like, yeah, I remember watching it last year, because I was like, I had to find out what it was like. And it was just a big commercial mostly. And sure, last year you had the Kojima with Jordan Peele, and it was micro nice. But the fact that it's been a year and they haven't announced anything else about Project Overdose, it's kind of got me like, where's the beef, Mr. Keeley? Yeah, Eblo is saying that Sonic Adventure 1 had Y2K DLC? Really? Was it like Christmas stuff, or President Clinton movie pack, or what? Because President William Jefferson Clinton was the president on 9/9/99. September 9, 1999, gave us Sonic Adventure 1 under the sage direction of one of the most trustworthy people in Hollywood, Bill Clinton. Eblo says, yeah, there was a whole Monica Lewinsky mission. I was listening to Tom Green's Monica Lewinsky retrospective recently. That was a big deal, his TV special with Monica Lewinsky. But you guys already know about Monica Lewinsky. Half of you are, like me, children of the 90s, which doesn't necessarily mean you were born in the 90s, just that the 90s were your main childhood decade. I was born in 87, that's why I say it. 21 Volts wondered if I saw who got Game of the Year. Yeah, and I believe it was Astrobot, which is cool, I guess, to see a 3D platformer be relevant, except it's just a scrapbook platformer. Oh, look, yeah, I remember Ape Escape. Oh, cool, that's the Metal Gear Solid knockoff. Cheap imitation. I say cheap imitations because they didn't use the actual names of the characters. So they could pay, what was it, Konami less or nothing. Did the game crash? Did I get an emblem? Is that why it crashed? I swear I didn't close the game. But did it save, man? Evlo has the legal disclaimer that there was no Monica Lewinsky mission. And no 21 volts. I have not played Astrobot. Yeah, I have cynical thoughts on it. I mean, do you have a place? I don't even have a PlayStation, so it's not even an option. There's really nothing about it that looks bad or even boring. For a console that struggles to have quality amounts of exclusives, and then they come out with a 15-hour game that is just, right, a member berries about IPs they don't even plan on reviving, like Ape Escape. What are you doing to me with this, Sony the Hedgehog? Let's see if that Red Mountain emblem got registered. Gordon Freeman might get a PS5.
Select a stage.
Select a stage. Alright, looks like I was able to keep that one. Sweet. How about Fitty Rings at Skydeck? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, I have no plans to get a PS5, although I would really like to play Balatro, and I've heard Balatro runs like garbage on all platforms except for PS5, because it's a very graphically intensive, you need a really fancy NVIDIA for it to... I'm just kidding, you guys. Balatro requires about as much processing power as Sonic Dash. This music is so damn good. Oh, and that extra life icon is mint as well. This is the Sonic Golden Age, except for Johnny Gioeli. What's up, Third Bruno? What's your copium for dealing with the June... No, we don't have to talk about that until it comes up again as an on-screen segment. Because it is. And that on-screen segment may be as early as Quartz Quadrant, because, of course, today is Quartz Madness, everyone. Quartz Quadrant to Metallic Madness. The back half of the game, quote-unquote. Gordon has it free. You have Balatro. Alright, cool. Third Bruno doesn't even know what that news story is. Alright, so I'll get to break the news to you. Yeah, how did you get Balatro for free? Was it in one of those Reggie Fils-Aimé gift baskets that they give out to celebrities at award shows that total in worth of like $30,000? So it must have been Balatro Director's Cut, the one with the extra cutscenes. A free offer? By free offer, do you mean illegal emulation? Was it an offer you couldn't refuse? I'm just kidding about that. Disclaimer, do not pirate games. Now, 21 Volts, who, as we were saying before, is joining us for the first time in a while, has noticed that the currency has been, yes, in a way, converted to the new channel notes. And yeah, the cool thing about channel notes points is that they work the same way as channel points. They're just more Banjo-Kazooie-y. That was such a sick part of the guitar solo. Yeah, Kia wonders if Gordon has any other free offers. Yeah, a free offer. So it wasn't a Reggie basket. It wasn't piracy. Oh, was it one of those Walmart greeters that has a limited amount of giveaway Balatro Steam codes? And also, is it the Steam version of Balatro? I have so many rings, I best not lose them. This gameplay is canonical. The arrows just on the wall, blatantly telling me where to go. What is this, Marble Garden? I don't remember this part. I kind of feel like the Sky Deck is usually more crazy and difficult with the wind blowing you. Whoa, look at all this. This is a Yasuhara special right here. Does it want me to just jump up on this, man? Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. This is so sick. The fighter jets coming out to do the George Bush landing thing. The mission accomplished banner. Where the planes come out of the floor like Michael Jackson will emerge from a secret compartment trapdoor from underneath the floor. Uh-oh, strong winds. Whoa, did you see that? He's the fastest thing alive. Especially when blown by the wind. Oh, God. I'm gonna have to get rings to win. Oh, I saw rings? Question mark? Did I... Dude, the way he dies. Okay, yeah, so Third Bruno says, so this game did that before Heroes did. That being the whole collapsing bit. Where the entire... Yeah, which level does that? Is it, Egg Fleet, maybe? That sound effect from something. Okay, it's the level after Egg Fleet. Yeah, I think it's something kind of generic, like Final Fortress. Oh, do I? Damn it. I need those rings. Come on, why did I lose my rings? I was just innocently launching the missiles. Wow, 21 Volts says that these strong winds are nuttin' compared to the gust of wind that 21 Volts has been getting lately. This is probably the hard part I was fearing. Aw, I need the rings. I love the crooked, slanted, the entire egg fortress, egg carrier, sky deck is leaning. I'm losing my rings like a child. I can get the emblem that way, man. Whoa! And hello, Wimpy Fox. You're wondering about the McDonald's game that I mentioned the other day. Yeah, so if it's... There is the McDonald's Treasureland Adventure, but maybe you're thinking of the game I mentioned, the McDonald's Happy Meal. I don't think it has a name. And actually, I'm not even sure how to get it. I haven't played it. I've just seen, screenshots. I came across it because it was part of some kind of McDonald's promotion in South America. But yeah, it doesn't even have a name. It's kind of weird. But I don't know how you access it. That's a good question. Alright, JJ wonders how level select works in CD11. Well, what you have to do is go to Extras, and it's, I pause and take a deep breath to say, hopefully you will have the option for stage select, in the Extras menu. But yeah, okay, so Wimpy Fox has been making a list of all the Sonic games. Yeah, and did I see another, promotional game for the movie? I'm trying to think. Tires falling all around. trying to get to? It's the middle to hit that spring. What the? This camera work. Wow, JJ says that Sage, Sonic Amateur Games Expo, has an archive of all those McDonald's games called Sonic Mick Origins. I love that. Sonic Mick Origins. Yeah, Keo says, so it's not sound test codes? No, I think you might have to unlock it, but I don't remember when or how I did. But it is in the extras menu. Can't miss it. Sweet, I got the emblem. Nice. 21 Volts is going to see the first viewing of the new Sonic movie tomorrow. Isn't that exciting? Alright, JJ doesn't have it unlocked.
Yeah, not bad.
All I can suggest, JJ, is...
Select your character.
maybe do some very quick Googling to find out a way to instantly unlock it
Select a stage.
in Steam or Sonic Origins. I would not be surprised if Sonic Origins has a built-in code. And I would not have any problem with you playing in Origins if it meant averting disaster. Let's see. Yeah, let's do Lost... No, that's a longer level. Now, Wimpy Fox wonders if I'm making a follow-up video. Is that the original... I just want to make sure I know what you're talking about, because it's okay to ask about that. Do you mean the original composition discussions? Yes. So, that video is not in production, but it's on deck at any time. I don't want to have to make the video, but no, I never said that it entered production, right? And again, I apologize to everyone else. I try not to bring up this topic on, normal streams. But suffice it to say that's my insurance policy. I have that option if, speaking so broadly when I say this, if it comes to it, right? If people are angry with me and it's totally fine if people are angry with me and they disagree. That's not a problem. I would rather not describe, what conditions would warrant a follow-up video. Hey, what's up, Polar Wildcat? Okay, yeah. So you would look forward to it. Yeah, so I would say that second video, yeah, it's not something... Right, and if I had to guess, I probably will not need... It probably won't come to that. But yeah, sorry, I don't know if I said hi to Polar Wildcat. Hello and welcome.
Here we go.
Ghost Burb's got the emo. Is that a Pokemon? It doesn't look like a burb. It could be a burb. But yeah, it's totally fine to ask about that, Wimpy Fox. Yeah, Ghostaburb could have done the sad me, sad Ghostaburb, and there's the sad Ghostaburb. Alright, JJ can't find anything about... I'm very surprised that Origins doesn't have it, but oh well. So let's talk damage control. What should we do? I don't know. Nice, and third Bruno has got going with Bloodborne. Very cool. I'm sure Javid will have pro tips for you. I think he says Bloodborne is his fave of the From Software entries. Yeah, and Wimpy Fox is also asking about, if my compositions are available. They are not currently public, because most of the compositions, that would be worth showing anyone are from Platform Masters, the forever in development video game by Olalilia. And so I am open to sharing those, especially, by request. Rather than just post it for anyone, I would be willing to send some of it to, you or anyone else who asks. Yeah, Eblo says, you just have to wait for the Platform Masters release, which is kind of a running joke that it's never going to come out or be finished. But my music is done, and I did 14 fully fleshed out songs that I'm very proud of. But the fact that the game won't come out is not like a big upset, or I'm not happy that that's the case, but it's really
Select a stage.
yeah, Wimpy Fox didn't know about that. The fact is, I wouldn't have even written those songs if not for the specific task and challenge of composing for them. So it pushed me to do more things with composing that maybe I wouldn't have otherwise. But, alright. I think I'm gonna open Sonic CD now and talk on the air right now about how to salvage this wager situation. I mean, oh, it's because you got to, what is it? Unlocking it requires, you got to do the special stage stuff. Yeah, even in Origins, it's set up that way. Yeah, it's not in Origins either.
Step aside, Amy. Out of my way.
No! This robot is my friend! He helped me! Don't hurt him!
But yeah, no, rushing the QQ, I'd rather not do that.
Okay. Whatever you say.
But I appreciate the brainstorm.
You must have your reasons.
Right? The only option I can think of is that I just play it myself without you. It would make me sad if that's the case. Yeah, alright. JJ is kind of suggesting that. We'll still have the on-screen segments and everything.
I'll find that big man and put him out of commission.
Yeah, Eblo wonders, what is the goal? Race starting at QQ? Points starting at Quartz Squadron. So let's do it. So because if it's just going to be me, sorry that it didn't work out, JJ. I wish that Sonic CD, I feel like all the other classic Sonic games have a code that you can just get right to level select. But yeah, and what's weird about Sonic CD is that to unlock it, it is kind of cool as a starting point that the way you unlock it is that you have to have a cumulative, segmented time. You have to beat all of the special stages in time attack so that the total time is less than whatever the target time is. That's really cool as an idea, but then the weird thing is that when you play special stages in time attack mode, it doesn't have a 10-second penalty for water. You can just walk in the water as much as you'd like. So you can kind of cheese that. JJ deleted his Yeah, that fringe mod of Sonic CD where all the music is customized to different things. It's so dumb. Alright, yeah, JJ doesn't have the decomp. But alright, I should open up the game now. Goodbye, Crush 40. Kio's got a hyper-focused question on deck. Uh-oh. Okay. Crisis averted. I thought my computer was going to lock. Yeah, if someone could concisely instruct me on how to send a save file, I would be open to that. But it would need to be now. Like 2 minutes ago now. Okay, JJ might have found one, like, just in like a Google search or something. Yeah, if you can get it running, you're empowered to do so. Now, Polar Wildcat Studios was at Free Play in Providence. Very cool. They had a karaoke session, and one of the singers said, "Live and learn," in excitement for the Sonic 3 movie coming out. Yeah, about that. Polar Wildcat, did you see the very unfortunate news that broke today about that very song? Because we're going to talk about it today in an on-screen segment. It's like the second or third on-screen bit today. Guys, it's this music. Isn't that different than usual? What a concept. Audio's too low, huh? Eblo says, the better special stage music. How American of me, says Kia. Let's get back to reality. Whoops, there goes SOA. Alright, I'll give JJ 2 special stages worth of time to see if he can get up and running. Yeah, Polar Wildcat is now in an uh-oh state of mind. Yeah, and it pains me to be the person to bring it to your awareness, but it will be on screen in the next couple of segments. Yeah, and Keo is saying that, yeah, it excludes EU. It doesn't even say EU in the soundtrack selection. No, it's not stage selected. It's time attack. Alright, so JJ, have you given up, or should I kill 2 minutes? Alright, sounds like JJ's given up, but I'll do SS1 as a goof. Even though I'm not doing special stages in today's performance. Sorry. But it will have lots and lots of segments. did it. Alright, JJ's canonically given up. So let's start the show. Alright, so I'm just gonna need to set a target score. But yes, as Eblo says, unfortunate, but it just means we'll have to do this race in a future stream. Indeed we shall. Alright, so hey, the last time that I did this back half, a few weeks ago, I tried to get 130k, only got 115. So, for today's attempt, I'm gonna go for 130 again. How's that sound? So here's the wager text. The wager is gonna be 130. No, don't need a K. Alright, that there. Okay, so I'm just going for the good old 130. How hard could it be, man? We're going to Wacky Workbench. That level is a cinch these days, isn't it, man? Alright, pretty soon, guys, the wager will have begun. Gonna have a full 30 minutes to bet. Will Alex get the target score? Yes or no, sugar? 30 minutes begins right now. Place your bets. By the way, Eblo is just using this opportunity to recommend to everybody the CD11 decomp as your general way to play. It fixes some issues introduced in 2011 while not having ones that cropped up in Origins, plus minor debug features. That's interesting in part because I have to sneeze. Interesting in part because I didn't realize there were new issues in Origins. And I also didn't know that a decomp could fix issues. I thought a decomp was basically just a ROM. Thank you for the blessings, everyone. Wait till you see the first on-screen segment. You thought those blessings were gonna be good. Well, wait till you see the first on-screen segment. But it's not Live and Learn Gate. That's segment 2 or 3, I think. Alright, I gotta decide. I'll erase this one. Alright, Eblo says a decomp is not a ROM, it's a source port, so to speak. It allows any coder to change things as they see fit. But couldn't you just change things in a ROM? Hence, ROM hacks? I don't know, I'm sure what you're saying is right, Eblo. It's just... I made a mistake, guys. I'm not supposed to be starting a new file. I'm actually supposed to be, so I'm actually, in order to prevent the possibility of a glitch, I'm sorry for the micro delay. So the reason why I'm actually closing and opening the game, actually, it's in an on-screen segment. So I'll wait until we get to that. Alright, Eblo says you could do a ROM hack, but you're limited by the native hardware it came from. Widescreen basically wouldn't happen in that case. Alright, whereas a decomp source port, you could just open it up in Notepad and make changes. And that's why Ocarina Time ROM hacks are always 20 frames per second. Alright, so nothing can go wrong in this because I'm going from stage select. So I have to go to, what is it, 5-1-A because R2 was cut. And this should be Quartz Quadrant Go. Alright. We're in business. Heblo says this level select is so intuitive. Just move this up a bit. And maybe I'll just jump into the first segment after like a minute. Not even when I get to the end of the act. Wow, you could die in the opening badnik. Because you don't have rings when you have to mortally wound that caterpillar. Now this is a fine place to travel, isn't it? Right here. It's all coming back to me, guys. Alright, travel through time. First on-screen segment. This. Okay, I was teasing the blessings before. Get ready to get blessed by the Doritos Pope, Jeff Keighley himself, who is one of the coolest kids in the Sonic community, very suddenly, because Jeff Keighley has played Sonic Cross Worlds Team Racing. Okay? So, the first thing you've got to consider is, did I just jump up and get the generator? I should be able to see that. I'm sure I broke it. Yeah, I broke it. Have more faith in me. Me. Now, yeah. Kyo says, Jeff better spill the tea. Is Ulala in Cross Worlds? Yeah, so you gotta wonder what the... right? Having just had Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, the word cross appears very deliberate, but it's also very funny that cross is showing up again, but in Shadow Gens, it's just the letter X, and in this, it's the word cross. It's like intimate, that there's more than one cross reference. Micro pun intended. Now, Ghostaburb has a random question. Does anyone have a favorite 90s style anime opening? Well, if you ever ask Subsonic Sparkle that question, make sure you have like 3 hours blocked out for the afternoon. I unfortunately know next to nothing about that genre. But Subsonic is your guy. I was listening to a little bit of his 8-hour video the other day. That's all I'm saying. Uh-oh. Now, those things up there, you can actually... I kind of screwed it up, but... if you do a peel out... Now, Eblo was saying that, yeah, the fact that Keighley has played Cross Worlds and is, you know, saying anything positive about it. And hey, what's up, Evie Boy? Threatens Eblo's narrative that Jeff Keighley hates Sonic. And you know, even as the thing was getting announced and he was talking about it after they showed the little teaser clip, I was thinking in my head, like, yeah, Eblo and others have said that, you know, there's a micro-conspiracy that Jeff deep down hates Sonic. So I'm like, well, this is a nice gesture to prove his goodwill. If that's what it is. We've got some nominations for anime intro of the 90s. And I thought that Relaxalax's intro, I had absolutely no idea that that anime music video he did was just the Neon Genesis Evangelism intro. It's so corny. I didn't think it would be from a real thing. DB says, nothing bangs as hard as that other thing. It's a dead end in the past. Don't forget that clave. It's the rhythm of an entire life. It's the centerpiece of many a genre. Alright, 4.5 minutes. I'll take my losses. Winnings. This was a success. I'm too afraid to go back to the present in Quartz Quadrant. I don't know what it is. But how about the next on-screen thing? Alright, more important than Live and Learn and Sonic Crossworlds, is the Sonic Garfield pack. Now, I didn't know this was a thing. And right now, you're probably thinking this was just some random thing that someone on Reddit photoshopped. Interesting. Ghostaburb remembers these ads? So, is that a print ad? I just grabbed it from online, but are you familiar with the source? Is that from a magazine or something? But yeah, I guess it was a PC exclusive just little bundle, and it was pretty much just Sonic and Knuckles PC collection, which is Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Plus the very in-demand Garfield game. Yeah, Keo says this is certainly a crossover. Garfield and Sonic Racing Crossworlds confirmed. Yeah, Ghostaburb doesn't remember exactly, but you definitely remember seeing it and being like, what on earth? Because Ghostaburb's youngest sister really liked Garfield, and Ghostaburb was all about Sonic. Yeah, so it was probably jarring and be like, how do they know so much about me and my sister? They made a game that's customizably very much for us specifically. So yeah, I don't know which Garfield game it is or whatever, but it sheds a light on Doc Future's ongoing Garfield bits. Sonic looks like Garfield. I look like Garfield. Alright, I'm failing this very simple mechanic. Come on, most times I get it on the first try. What? This isn't Origins bullcrap. Because I'm not even playing Origins. And I know this isn't where the generator is, I'm just trolling for rings. No! Absolutely disastrous. Polo Wildcat points out that there is a Garfield game that's basically Dr. Mario. But instead of Dr. Mario, it has Garfield throwing in the pills. So even though it's not a doctor-themed game, the Garfield version of it still involves pills, of all things. I guess before the opioid crisis, you could get away with whatever. You know how Gilly the Kid has poop in games? And I had a pitch for him, which was going to be footsteps in games. But we could have next, after Benson games, pills in games. I bet you there's pills in Zombie U. It's just a suspicion I have. If I was a betting man, I would bet that Zombie U has a pill item. And I know for a fact that that 50-cent Bulletproof game has painkiller pills. Say no to abusing painkillers, though. Keo has the Left 4 Dead bit. Does that have pills? Keo confirms. Pills spotted. Now, I think I could travel here, but I could also grab it. There's a tenor. No tenor, Alex. I'll get rid of the shield as a courtesy. Nowhere to do so. Gordon says Left 4 Dead 3, you're hoping it comes out soon. Has the Left 4 Dead series been Left 4 Dead? Have they even announced 3? Is it like they announced it, but it's taken forever? A la Duke Nukem Forever? I don't even want to travel at this point. It's a liability. Alright, no travel, no travel. It's time to go. Yeah, Third Bruno says there was some kind of sequel. Spiritual sequel, but maybe people didn't like it all that much. Didn't properly carry the torch. Do. Teleportation. Yeah, Keo says that it's timeless arcade gameplay. Oh yeah, Left 4 Dead is a Valve thing. I guess I forgot that. Yeah, EB saying, yeah, there's the ongoing joke that Valve straight up hates the number 3. Now, do I ever beat this act in under a minute? Probably not, right? I'm gonna just go. Not chase down any more rings. Yeah, Keo is also thinking of The Binding of Isaac as another game with pills. Yeah, and I don't think there's any pills in Hades. Do people talk about The Binding of Isaac and Hades in kind of the same general category? Dungeon crawlers. Although Isaac is more shooting guns and projectiles. You think I'll beat this guy before the 130 mark? Oh yeah. Back your res up, finally, man. Alright, I think it's time for the big breaking news today. Oh no. This is gonna lead into today's breaking news. I just put that on there, of course no spoilers, but without going into specifics, I did want to acknowledge the fact that obviously the movie Level Pack came out, and people are saying it's just kind of like, well, there it is. I guess there's not too much to it. Other than Keanu Reeves speaking as frequently as Kiefer Sutherland does in Metal Gear Solid 5. I actually don't know if that's the case about the frequency of dialogue. However, get my pass sign and go to work. Yeah, so I haven't bought the DLC. It's still $5.99. And I'm gonna wait until I go to the Sonic 3 movie premiere, because I'm sure Keanu Reeves will be handing out those baskets with $30,000 of merchandise, and it'll have a download code for the Level Pack. Now, is the only person here that's played the Level Pack? Is it JJ? Did EB play it? I know a couple more people mentioned it, that they played it on the Discord. Alright, Third Bruno played it. And I'm sorry, I forget if you said much about it. Did you think it was kind of whatever? EB Boy wonders when everyone's gonna go see the movie. Yeah, so I'm thinking at this point I may see it on Friday in the daytime. And that way I will have seen it by the time I do the Friday stream. But with no plans to discuss any spoilers on the stream, although I may dedicate a targeted 5 minutes. Say like, alright, go away for 5 minutes if you don't want spoilers, so I can at least talk a little bit. But yeah, I figured that's what I'll do. Ghost Bird said you're not, but it's okay. What's that? The level pack is just okay. Wow, Polar Wildcat wonders if any of the local Build-A-Bears are going to have any Shadow plushies on sale. I didn't know that was a thing that they had. Oh, okay, Ghost of Burb's not going to see the movie, I see. Did you see the first two, or just not on board with this one? But yeah, Polar Wildcat's been hearing them reports. That they've been selling out like hotcakes. Alright, Ghost of Burb hasn't even seen the first two, so that checks out. Why movie 3 would not be in the cards. Now, being that I made a mistake in Quartz Quadrant, I kind of feel like I should... What would be a safe way to even travel here, man? I mean, if I found a spinny platform like that, but is there a way I could even get onto it? Can I even get up there? Oh wow, Third Bruno hasn't seen, you know, the movies other than select TV segments. And they were broadcast at 3 a.m. on CNN. Now, what if I wonder why that didn't work? This should work. Come on. There we go. It worked. Gotta be on my guard, though. Third Bruno says it's possible you saw most of the first, but not the start of it. Well, did you see Sonic was locked in that sideways sprite? Because I guess he was in that sprite at the moment of traveling. Now, could there be goodies up top? I don't know, but it's time to go. I think there should also be a 10-ring monitor down here. Is that only in the past? What a bummer. They removed the monitor from the present? How could you do that to me, Eggman? Yeah, EB, I guess it's just me seeing movie 3. I believe JJ said he's going to see it on Saturday. But alright, I think this is now the breaking news. Yep, here we are, guys. Polar Wildcat, it brings me no pleasure to break the news that Crush 40 singer Johnny Gioeli is taking legal action against Sega. Specifically Sega of America, although that's not really surprising or anything, since they would be the guys that, you know, directly hired and paid him as representatives. Okay, but what Johnny is asserting is that all the... I'm so flabbergasted by this. So, Gordon says who? So who this is Johnny Gioeli, who is the singer of Crush 40. Crush 40 is the musical act duo... to this wall. The duo that has done music for many Sonic games, including Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Jun Sonoy plays guitar, Johnny Gioeli sings. Okay? Yeah, so Third Bruno says that he was unaware. It's like, really? Yes, this is very unfortunately, very real and not a bit. Okay? So if you look at that little blurb, it specifies Smash Brothers, Sonic Generations, even Yakuza 4. Okay? Now, I quickly read through the article, and it's a little bit complicated. I didn't fully understand it. But basically, Johnny Gioeli, has owned the rights to the song all along through the EMI Music Group, an official label. And so it is said that, the movie having Live and Learn is not in any way directly related to this. But for what it's worth, Johnny Gioeli says he was totally unaware. No. He was totally unaware of all those other uses in other games. Yeah, EB remembers the Pumpkin Hill guy trying to pull a similar bit. I got the generator, right? I must have. Yes. Now, Third Bruno says, if he was unaware of everything since Black Knight, you'd buy it. Because you're saying Black Knight is when they truly departed? Yeah, I guess I never stopped and thought about when Crush 40 stopped being a thing. And then Third Bruno says, but a re-release of Adventure 2? Right, that would have... well, yeah, I guess that would have been, the version on GameCube. The fact that the GameCube is, an expansion. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Okay, EB says that Crush 40 was indeed in Team Sonic Racing. Is that a monitor I can get? Speeches. Polar Wildcat wonders, doesn't Sega still have some rights to the song? I think they're going to find out for sure in this lawsuit. Because, yeah, the bit that I read and didn't quite understand is that the first thing Johnny is asking the courts to do is to review and confirm, who owns the recording. Can I get in there? Is this a one-way deal? I can't go down that way? How is this never happening? Oh, you go this way. So EB says, didn't Paramount go to Crush 40 to buy Live and Learn for the film? And, yep, confirmed it online. Yeah, and I saw that earlier in the year, is that Johnny openly talked about that. And in the course of that interview, he said flat out, I own the recording, I own the composition. Yeah, so EB wonders, maybe he started thinking deeply about it after... Whoa, I almost lost my words. So what he says is that he didn't know it was in all those games, and he says a fan told him this year. This year, a fan... Now, it's not disclosed who or where or how that happened, but... It's very bizarre to me. The plausibility that he could, but it's bizarre. But I'm not calling him a liar. I think some people are. I'm not ready to call him a liar. Or just it's all so intense. I can't even process it. I can't process this song that's so. Core to Sonic's history and identity, and it's been in so many games, and Yeah, now EB is mentioning the Sonic Symphony, and I believe the symphony was in fact named in the lawsuit. So I don't know if that's specifically for just performing it on tour without him. The fact that I saw Johnny in Boston at the Sonic Symphony, and it so breaks my heart that was such a short time ago. And now here we are. Yeah, Eevee Boy can believe him because a lot of creatives, they don't have a ton of hands-on experience, or they're not, fans in the way that we would identify as fans. So yeah, the symphony is part of this dispute. And I'm pretty sure he said that the deal with Paramount was for the song recording itself. Like, they're not doing a new cover of it, I don't believe. Even though Bentley Jones was sort of wanted everyone to believe that Bentley Jones's cover of Live and Learn was at least in the cards for something official, if not the music itself in the movie. But now, knowing that Bentley Jones just released his cover once it was officially not tied to any project, alright, EB's gonna withhold spoilers, as any good community member should. But yeah, EB wonders if he even got paid to work on Generations. Yeah, was there any new vocals in Generations? I don't think there was any new content musically. Oh no! What a brain fart. And wages are closed. Alright, so I tell you what, I'm just gonna not seek out any monitors. I'm gonna keep these rings that I get with one bounce up here only, but no monitors. Damn it, man. It's falling apart. But it's fine, because we got on-screen segments, and maybe you like when I take hits and die. Because if you bet that I would lose, that's in your interests. Oh, right. EB says you believe that they did the new versions of City Escape. That's right. Yeah, now that you say that, yeah, the classic version of City Escape. Yeah, that might have even been, newly recorded vocals. And of course, new instrumentation. Third Bruno doesn't know why he bet that I would lose. I mean, I did take one big hit earlier, and now with this boss, I lost about 7,000 points that I would have had. Oh, Bruno, is it because you're trying to distribute your wealth? In which case, the better way to have done that is to bet that I would win on the assumption that I would lose. Hands on your knees, Stardust Speedway. I mean, I just need 15k per act or something. Third Bruno, that was Third Bruno's MO. And we always appreciate it, Third Bruno. When you're generous with your points like so. Gotta jump over this sign, thread the needle. That's a generous hitbox. I wouldn't have been too upset if I had hit it. Must have been super close. Stardust Speedway's good. Alright, so with the looming lawsuit, I would say, enjoy Sonic Movie 3. Don't fret about the lawsuit. I don't care how funny the memes are. Oh, don't tell me. Okay, it's going to give me a courtesy boost. Alright, how about the next segment? This. Sonic and Autism. Any of you watch this video on YouTube? I clicked on this video about, trying to quantify or identify a link between Sonic and autism. Aww. And I was a little suspicious going in. I'm like, is this just gonna be, a broad description of what autism is? And then, but there was one interesting thing that stuck out. Yeah, JJ tried to watch this video once, but nothing really stuck out. Don't really remember much. Yeah, one of the things it said that I thought was kind of interesting was, in terms of younger kids, if they have, any difficulty, interpreting people's facial expressions and, of course, social cues and all that. They were saying that the Sonic series gives you, clear-cut characters with clear-cut roles and clear-cut, personalities. Like, you see Amy, she's all pink, she's friendly, you know what you're gonna get. Oh, Shadow, he's the brooding Batman, right? And I'm thinking, that might be a good point, but how does that compare to other series? If that's true about Sonic, how different is that from Mario? Is it harder to figure out Mario and Luigi? Maybe, because if Mario is red, then green doesn't necessarily signal like, oh, I'm gonna be scared of ghosts and I'm gonna walk around with a vacuum. I guess there is something to that. Yeah, Polar Wildcat has heard some rumblings on this topic. Yeah, and JJ remembers that, but thinks that the video is mostly, educated guesses. It's not the result of any field research or expertise. Gordon wonders if Sonic himself has autism. And no, I don't believe he does. I don't think any Sonic characters... I mean, if I stop and think, is there any Sonic character with any kind of condition that might be documented in the DSM-5? I don't actually know. I just know that I'm losing this wager fast. Now, JJ says Crash Bandicoot is canonically autistic. Really? Did you hear that on Did You Know Gaming? And if so, was it the first fact of the video? Did you know? Damn it. I don't care that I lost those rings because the new video is so damn good that all the pain of these lost rings will be erased as soon as you see it on Christmas. Because it's looking damn good, people. I'm going to do some more work on it in a night. And it's shaping up to become quite the treasure. But 21 volts is taken off, so I'll see you later, 21 volts. Now, Gordon is saying SpongeBob as well. I don't know, I need an official source. Where is it canonically stated that either Crash Bandicoot or SpongeBob have autism? Because if it's just a theory in an LS Mark video, well, that's not good enough for me. Whoa, I got upstairs. Now, Gordon says, from the words of the maker himself, Tom Kenny. Well, Tom Kenny didn't make SpongeBob. Right, even if Tom Kenny said in an interview, like, I like to think of SpongeBob as autistic and that informs my performance. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Polar Wildcat. Oh, I just threw away that pass sign. I'm going nowhere quick, you guys. But yeah, Polar Wildcat says Dexter's Laboratory is theorized to fit that bill. Now, did I waste 2 signs? Now, Evie wonders, got any advice for making a stream overlay? Dumb question. What does that exactly mean? Very dumb question, I'm sorry, but I don't technically know. Which should... You think someone streaming as long as me should know? Is that like the watermark like I have? Alex Yard. Featuring an advertisement for each of my socials. No Facebook, no Meta. Okay, yeah, socials in the corner like what I have, but also the waiting screen. That is the $64,000 question, isn't it? I would say just watch a JJ stream and rip off what he did. I'm gonna get out of this level without the thing going nowhere fast. Wow. Hello, Jack Griffith over on YouTube. Jack says this. Oh, pass sign. Can I go that way now that I just switch? Go above it. Jack Griffith says that when you first started looking at Sonic memes on Facebook, you began to get ads for schizophrenia medicine. And when Jack told his buddy, he found out that the same thing happened to him. You know, if I worked for a government agency that, you know, had info, behind the scenes metadata info on how that algorithm chooses to give you ads, yeah, I would, out of, you know, morbid curiosity, I would be, no, don't waste the sign. I don't know if I have much more Stardust Act 1 in me. But yeah, I can't remember if I read it. Ghost of Burb's advice is to basically know that you can always change it at any time. Be flexible. Be willing to bail out. Did my score go down? Why do... I thought I had 85k. And if I'm going to the bad future, I'll look around a little bit more, but I've just about had enough. This is not my finest outing with Sonic CD, but at least we have more on-screen segments like this. Okay, so that was just the level select. We learned today that, yeah, you have to, in order to have the level select, you have to complete all the special stages in Time Attack with an overall time that's below, I think, was it 15 minutes? I forget. Okay, but I also wanted to highlight a couple of other level selects in Sonic games that maybe you didn't know about. Such as this one. Wonder if you ever saw that level select before, because I don't think I did until today. And that is, of course, Sonic Chaos. Polar Wildcat spotted Sonic Chaos. Okay, yeah, Gordon is saying that it was the voice actor who said SpongeBob was autistic. Yeah, I'd be curious to see how canonical that was. Keo also points out that, yeah, another level select in the Sonic universe is, of course, playing Sonic 3D Blast on OG hardware and banging the cartridge. Give that cartridge a nice little whack, and it rewards your violence with picking any level you want. Okay, so there's Sonic Chaos. How about the next game? Great Turquoise, Sunset Park. Now both of those games, Triple Trouble and Chaos, must have been games by Aspect. If my Sonic trivia cred is worth my weight in anything, JJ reports that at least on his end, banging the cartridge didn't work. But I've seen John Burton do it on camera, so... And I also saw people in the comments say that it worked for them, so that's like... In terms of the court of law, YouTube comments are like super proof. But yeah, JJ tried it live on the air. Didn't work. Well, I got a pass sign. Another pass sign is right there? That's bizarre. But where's a nice place to travel? Jet Set Radio. Coming soon in 3 years. But yeah, Keo did it when younger. Alright, hopefully this spring works perfect. It worked perfect. Which brings us to our next level select. Sonic Blast. Okay, the beta Sonic Blast level select, and finally, the final game. Look at that. The beta version of the level select was like more deluxe, and it had America colors. I don't know what that would have to do with anything, but... Oh boy. But yeah. That was your level selectology today. And now you have a fun thing to look out for the next time you play Sonic Blast, which you're bound to play that soon. Nice. EB got Prime running up on a video capture, which would maybe make it more convenient to hook up to tech. Wink, wink. Keo suggests perhaps attempting to pull the cartridge might trigger it. But canonically, the Alex Yard Zone advises that you don't do that, because although John Burton very deliberately programmed it that way, it was without Sega's knowledge. Oh, what did I mean, Alex? I don't want to say too much on the air, but, yeah, I'll say it off the air. But, yay for technology. I just don't want to say anything that, yeah, I'm drawing too much attention to it, so let me draw attention to this instead. Sonic Frontiers is an important game for the Sonic series, and it is now included on PlayStation Plus Platinum. But I am told that it does not fix all the pop-ins, so just manage expectations. Now, Paul the Wildcat rightly points out that I am quickly running out of time, so let's get on out of here. So yeah, we got Frontiers on PlayStation, Mania on Netflix, and then Sonic Prime on Nickelodeon. We're good. Yeah, EB says the pop-in is baked into the game. Yeah, and I was kind of doing a bit. See you later, Ghost of Burb. Have a good one. I'm gonna try to beat Metal in my first try. Interesting. EB recently heard that the Xbox version of the game is better. Keo recommends pedal to the metal. Use the peel out liberally, Alex Yard. It leads to success outcomes at times. Nope. I'm gonna keep the rings. Don't care how great this music is, I will not get distracted. Alright, kept my rings too. Amy. Poor little thing. Is that her fists? Must be. Evie Boy says, it looks like Shadow just got added to Dream Team a couple minutes ago. And that would be something if the next on-screen bit was... No, not yet. That is an on-screen bit later. But actually, let's just go into that bit. Who is this? Sonic Trivia, who are we looking at? Keo has an idea for a pirate streaming channel. If you were a streamer, you do a whole pirate getup. Now, JJ is making a joke that, yeah, that's JJ in the picture. But come on, who knows who it is? Dun. Wait, did I skip over my pass sign? Keo spotted the sign Dreamcast. Alright, Gordon says, me, it's Gordon. You're telling me that's Gordon Freeman, 64, in that picture? I don't think it is. No. This is my classical time travel spot. Does that spring not move when it's off camera? I bet you that's how it works. Damn it. I've done this so many times in this life. Alright. So, doing away with the bit, if I understand it, the person we're looking at that is none other than Takashi Iizuka with JJ43. Can you believe that? It's JJ. I'm told. I didn't know you got to meet him, JJ. That is crazy. When was that? Was it one of those Summer of Sonic things? I don't know if I'm getting something mixed up. Alright, it was 2016, the summer of Sonic. Wow, so that was, yeah, the summer of Sonic when they announced Mania, and I can't remember when they announced Forces. I'm a little hazy on that. I know they came out pretty close to each other. JJ told, yeah, EBs reminded me to get the generator. I guess what I'm doing now is clearing this runway and going to get a pass sign. But yeah, when JJ met Izuka as depicted in this picture, JJ told him how excited he was for Mania, and how that game, along with Sonic 3, are JJ's faves. He was so happy to be at the event, looking in awe and wonder at everything. Very cool. That's so the summer of Sonic. That was an in-person thing in 2016, and was it mainly to promote Mania, even though that was a year away? Sign. But yeah, you got a signed copy of Sonic Adventure 2, and that's before the Live and Learn lawsuit. Da-da. But yeah, living history among us. JJ met one of the greats. And I say Izuka is one of the greats because he's the mastermind powerhouse behind games like Sonic the Hedgehog Heroes. I got cut. I'm gonna not use that gimmick as a goof. Now, Kyo, and no, that's a perfectly good question. How much pull does Izuka have? I have to wonder if he is at the top of the ladder, that he has, the most say in the direction. I can't remember if he outright has some kind of, series title of lead creative producer, or yeah, as EB is saying, yeah, I take him to be the dude in charge. As Kyo says, producer is what you thought. I got the Jenny. So let's get out of here. It only took me 6 minutes as I lose my rings again. Not my best performance, I know. How about another segment? Okay, so that I was just going to show that quickly for Sonic Movie 3 hype. It's just absolutely treasure this time that we have these Sonic movies with Jim Carrey. It's pretty amazing. You gotta understand how much Sonic has been a big part of my life since I was in first grade. And Jim Carrey was also, a childhood into adulthood, just absolutely one of my favorites. And so I'm glad, after everything he's been through, that he's still able to laugh and have fun with a Goofy Kids movie. So shout out to Jim Carrey. I couldn't be more proud to buy a movie ticket to go see you play not one, but two characters in the Better Than Mufasa feature film, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Now, I've heard early reactions about the Mufasa movie that it is horrid. So that's good. I think that Disney chose not to submit Mufasa to any, like Golden Globe award contention thing. EB says Mufasa is rating worse than EB thought, which is only good for hedgehog stocks. Alright, but let's see what's next on the movie circuit. And there's, what's it called? That's Sam Procrastinates. Showing that you too can bounce back from micro controversies. He cleared his name, and there he is on the red carpet. Good for you, Sam. Keep procrastinating, because look how well it worked out. I don't know, how many celebrities were there. I guess he lives in Cali, so he got to go to the, some official premiere event. I don't know if it's the premiere. EB says, what did he do? Without going into too much details, let's just say that there were some bad behaviorites possibly active in his Discord community, but then the controversy became, well, how much did Sam know? And the way things shook out, it seemed like Sam actually didn't know as much as people. So he was able to bounce back from that. And I think that, yeah, the Sonic Show, you guys know the Sonic Show. The Sonic Show did some pretty hard-hitting reporting and had to do a follow-up video where they took some things back, I guess. Yes, as EB says, sounds like a standard Tuesday on Twitter. Now, another, not a controversy, but I remember when the Knuckles series first dropped on Paramount Plus, Sam Procrastinates was very vocal about how bad he thought it was. And it's not like it was a canonical ABC's 2020 controversy or anything, but it was, I agreed with everything that Sam said about the show. I've only seen the pilot. Yeah, Facebook Marketplace. Need I say more? But yeah, EB confirms that Keanu was there at the premiere. Ben. Maybe even a Jim. Carrie. Because yes, EB confirms it was the premiere in Los Angeles. I mean, even Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles were there. It's funny to me that Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, they're in those suits. Those come with a pre-made, pre-registered facial expression. And Knuckles is not, like a smile. He's the tough Idris Elba movie Knuckles. But the others have their, mischievous, fun-seeking smile. Because in those movies, they're just looking for fun. And Tails says, where's the fun? Where do you think we should look? Maybe at the big giant fireball? That's all I'm saying. Is there something else for the movie on deck? Yes. I think that the Happy Meal started in America. Now, I don't know if that grants sovereign American citizens access to that browser game that's kind of set up like Sonic Labyrinth. EB Boy has a knowing smile, but he's not going to give any spoilers away. Uh-oh. EB, speaking of spoilers, what did I miss the generator? How fitting. Yeah, so Keo wonders what's the McToys. I don't know if the South America McDonald's browser game, was that the toy of the Happy Meal in that territory? I feel like there's maybe... So actually, I'm pretty sure there is a physical toy involved in the American McDonald's, because I know that the McDonald's toy designs leaked a good while ago, and it does contain spoilers. I didn't look at the spoilers, but I heard, a heads up, like, don't look at the Happy Meal stuff, it'll spoil things. Polar Wildcat heard rumors and rumblings that spoilers are found on the back of cars. Yeah, just ask the game apologist. He was walking into Sonic Movie 2, innocent, bright-eyed, wide-eyed, and as he rounds the corner of the parking lot to head to the movie theater, he looks at the back of a car and it says, Shadow is in the post-credits scene. And he's like, bro. Keo says, isn't movie 3 a retelling of Sonic Adventure 2? Can you really be spoiled? Well, even if that's the core of the movie, there could be dozens and dozens of Easter eggs, references, bits, individual scenes that factor in something, other than Adventure 2. And yeah, EB, I'm just gonna say that we shouldn't talk about... I'm gonna try my hardest to not even breathe, because knowing the internet, the post-credit stuff, right? I think I maybe shared something that they have, they have at least said that there's multiple, mid and post-credit content chunks. They've even said that post-credit stuff goes and continues until the last second. So basically they say don't leave the theater until you see the lights go on. But that's all that I'll say. So I'm going to try not to bring that up at all because, as much as I trust EB not to spoil anything, that's an open invitation for anyone to go, oh, you guys are talking about... it's the internet. Sonic Advance 2, final boss. I died. No, Eggman died and I saved Amy, but in a bad future. I didn't get to all the on-screen segments, so there's a Sonic Movie 3 Lego poster that I thought was pretty awesome. But yeah, I hope you're doing good, Shadow Ops. EB wonders if that Amy sprite is new. What, new to CD11? Because this is the 2011 Steam CD. So, I don't think it's new. It just looks better on Steam. There's that machine you see Eggman riding in the DA garden. Yeah, Evie never saw that after the explosion. Yeah, I wonder what's the story with that. Well, let's see how the wager shook out. Guys. Keo notices there's no lyrics. And while that is a shame, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, it doesn't have the lyrics, but I was kind of an ignorance is bliss customer because CD11 was my entry point. So this always felt totally normal to me. And I do think it works perfectly well. In fact, when people told me that there's supposed to be lyrics here, right, my gut reaction was like, and I know this sounds ridiculous, but this is just my gut reaction. I'm like, wait, lyrics? I don't want that imported in here. Just let me vibe with the music and the visuals. I know that doesn't make sense. I'm not saying that it should be this way. Yeah, EB wishes that we had the option. Dude, and it all comes down to the same reason that Crush 40 was in the headlines today. Gage. They didn't pay Casey Rankin's estate cash payments for 2011 CD, but they did for Origins 22. Might as well put on another segment, man. Yeah, so there's Shadow arriving in Dream Team. So if there wasn't enough in there to pique your interest, well, now there's Shadow. JJ might dip into the game again now that Shadow's arriving. Now Shadow Ops says, really? Really what? Just want to make your chat statement self-contained. Gordon Freeman sent me something. Thank you for sending that, Gordon. Yeah, Keo would rather we got a PC version of Dream Team. And then EB said they just put out a release trailer. That for Dream Team. Yeah, so Shadow Ops, maybe if you hadn't heard yet. Yeah, and I'll just briefly mention it because we talked about it before. But Johnny Gioeli is suing Sega. It pains me to say it. Suing for payments regarding all the other games that Live and Learn has been used in. So, just a couple days before the movie, it's kind of devastating to see. It might be the end of Crush 40 and their contributions to the Sonic series as we know it. So enjoy movie 3, because that might be the last Johnny vocals that we'll ever get in any subsequent Sonic thing. I'm just being realistic with you guys. Alright, wanna auction a BGM request? Because ain't nobody scooped it up. Yeah, EV doesn't hope it turns out into a Sonic 3K thing. With, re-releases. And you've got to wait until 30 years till they release Origins. Alright, so let's open the bidding. Yeah, and we could even do it today, Third Bruno. We're still going to do an auction, but yeah. Let's definitely do the Third Bruno's today. So you can send that over now. And yeah, there's no plus segment today. Because I'm going to go right back to work on the video. After the stream. Yeah, Shadow Ops says you like Live and Learn in SA1. Alright, Alright, so, because, we're going to do 2 requests today, but the first one is going to be the auction. So you can expect it to be, a brisk 15 minutes. 10 is always guaranteed, but today it's 15. And then we'll close it out with the Third Bruno's. So, let's open the bidding for today's first request at 3,000. Is someone gonna match a 3,000 bet? Jack Griffith bid, I should say, not bet. Jack Griffith says, "What a cool background image for a main menu. Kind of reminds you of Mitsuo Katsui's art." Alright, betting has already shot up to 7K with EB already at the top. Yeah, and Kyo says if this devolves into a fallout between them and Sega, a bunch of songs will be impacted. I mean, even What I'm Made Of. Bidding is currently at 7,000. Do we have an 8,000? Because that's what's next. And then Shadow Ops says, you like Live and Learn in SA1? Isn't that an SA2 song? EB still got it at 7. Is it going to get locked in at 7? 7,000 going once. Oh yeah, and let's pay out the wager. So if no one else has bet by the time I pay out the wager, that'll be it. Alright, the no's have it. 21 volts picking up the biggest victory from Gordon Freeman's Quappers. Nice job, 21 volts. Alright. 7,000 going once, going twice. Sold to EB. So yeah, hopefully you can get that to me soon, EB, so we can get going with it. Now that it's officially yours. Let's hop over to the Angel Island zone. Oops. Alright, thank you, EB's request. Thank you. Ooh. I'm already excited looking at what this request is. Thank you, EB. Yeah, Kyo still kind of depressed. No one was able to guess Terraria. Now, Shadow Ops says it's like Sonic 3 in a way, in that all Crush 40 lyrics would be moved. Now, even that is not super clear, at least to me. I'd have to read the article again. But Johnny did specifically talk about, you know, there's the lyrics, but also the composition, like the chords. It's super fascinating. It's not a good situation, but it is fascinating to learn about, you know, who retains the rights to what? You know, the recording, the composition, the lyrics. All right, here comes the request. This. Ah! All right, and EB says, if you're that person who EB shared the song with, don't spoil it. Kyo wonders where Kyo has heard this. EB says flat out, Kyo is that person. Interesting. Third Bruno says this is the opposite of the song that Third Bruno's having today. You get that guitar from Sonic Unleashed. Alright, JJ wonders if it's Pokemon. EB says no, but you do catch stuff. Pal World? Oh, you have ooh. Yeah, EB says you guys talk about a game in this series often. Vector's in the house to guess. Katamari Damacy. Yeah, Kyo wonders is getting colder. I did, you know, this entire stream, I had no hoodie, and I didn't even have my little space heater on. And so all of a sudden I was like, I'm a little chilly. Pardon my age. Alright, we're in the ape escape sphere. There, Bruno ain't know how many there are. Now, Shadow Ops is guessing it. Did you know that, Shadow Ops, or did you Google it? No offense, just want to know. Winner, winner, confirms EB. Let's pull up some Ape Escape Trey. Vector confirms that he got it right. Now, is this a PS2? Yeah, PS2 game. Here comes long play archive. Here it comes. Alright, Shadow Ops is being honest and looked it up. Yeah, don't want to look it up. You know, it's okay to do that if your curiosity is burning, but yeah, if you Google it or search for it, don't, you know, register a guess. Yeah, now Gordon points out I gotta change the song request so that EB Boy can pay. Actually, EB, you have enough earnings that I don't even. So EB typically wins SRB2 cart each weekend, and so he has a whole lot of channel points, gift certificates on file. Gotta take out 7K. This is December 18. Now, does this game change up the formula drastically? Does it retain the iconic dual stick mechanics? Gordon Freeman wonders what game is this, and this is, of course, Ape Escape 3. Keo spotted the grim fairy tale monkeys. Yeah, Keo's getting the sense that this is the big bad wolf and Grandma. This looks like Pokemon character designs, doesn't it? Like the humans in Pokemon. EB says there's morphs, so you can transform for a bit and go crazy. So this is the Mario Odyssey of Ape Escape games. EB explains the monkeys take over the airwaves, so there's a lot of parodies to movies and TV. There's probably a Breaking Bad parody. Oh, Life in the Big City. What is that, a movie theater? Oh, a spoiler. On the back of a car. There's Kyo's favorite hula hoop. Yeah, this game has everything. Seaside Hill driving minigame. Look at that blue hoop. Oh, nice, he caught a monkey. Hat and time elements. Look at the monkey running away. It's so funny. Scoop him up. Ukiman. Is this the hub world? Eblo spotted Ape Escape 3. Is this a football field? Yeah. Eblo says it's time for Sony to wake up and give us remasters. And of course, Ape Escape 4. EB says they're too busy winning Game of the Year. So, Sony has been diverting all their efforts for the last 3 years into Astrobot. I mean, at least it weren't. Yeah, Kyo is normally not supportive of remasters churned out, but if they did an Insane trilogy kind of thing with Ape Escape, Kyo and I would be on board. Yeah, Eblo says Sony was busy getting ready of its Japanese studio. That... Oh no, I'm thinking of Hi-Fi Rush. That was Xbox. What, JP Studios did Sony shutter down? Oh, and there's a mock-up banana advertisement. Instead of Dole, it's Peepo. Make of that what you will. Yeah, Kyo saw that the enemy stole the net. Get in trouble when that happens in this game. Alright, EB says they did form some of the old teams into Team Asobi, and that's who did Astrobot. But it really sucks. Now, Eblo says they hid an entire complete Metal Gear Solid game in Ape Escape 3. That's MGS 1? Come on. Well, it's PS2. I guess there'd be more space on the disc. I was thinking, MGS 1 was a 2-disc game. That was on PS1. Oh, alright. So, it's an original game starring a monkey named Snake. Okay, so it's using the Ape Escape engine and mechanics, and you have to rescue the real Solid Snake. I'll have to look for that, EB. Wow, Eblo says it plays, okay, like an actual MGS game with stealth mechanics. Eblo says it's pretty similar to MGS2 or Twin Snakes. I love the slow-mo on the finishing hit or whatever. It's just the last one you have to catch. Kyo expresses sympathy for the poor cyan shorts monkeys. Alright, EB says if I jump to 624. Wow, look at this. Metal Gear Solid. Play this game. Hey, what's up, Jays? Welcome. It's got its own boot up logos. Ah, it's got the MGS3 menu. Oh, Messel. Is that the name of a character in Ape Escape? Messel. Look at this. They went all out with this. Oh, okay. Eblo says, Messal means monkey related. Okay, that's cool. I didn't realize that was a monkey canonical adjective. And then, no, Jay-Z, I guess I haven't seen the new Quantum Collision songs. Oh, so if I understand correctly, did they include this? Let me skip ahead past the dialogue. They included this in Metal Gear games as a hidden bit? Top down. Already got an alert. Fort Banana. Bam Kazam is very hyped for the movie. Glad to hear that. Oh, Kyo says it's a pun on the words Haru from Monkey. Mesaru Gisaru. But yeah, Bam Kazam, I think I'm gonna see the movie on Friday, and I'm excited. And then yeah, Jays, I guess I'm not familiar with those songs. I'm pretty sure I streamed that game at some point. Yeah, Eblo says it was a collaboration. The original MGS3 had a parallel to this where Snake captures monkeys. That sounds more familiar, yeah. But that was removed from later releases. And EB is just pointing out that this song, anyway, is from the fortune-telling minigame. What are the mechanics of the fortune-telling minigame? Is it like Balatro cards? Except higher stakes because it's your fortune. Sexy. Yeah, Kyo says it does this music sound like, technical difficulties, waiting zone music. That's pretty great. Yeah, Eblo says we'll be right back, like on Eric Andre. It's like do. Alright, EB explains the mechanics. You put in your birthday and it'll tell you your fortune. This game is so packed that it even lags on PS2. Wow, so it's the Tears of the Kingdom of the PS2. Only available on one console, and that console can't run it smoothly enough to execute all of its features. Coconut gun. Fires in spurts. Eblo confirms. Got the ration. Alright, we'll vibe to this for another couple minutes, and I'll bring up Bruno's request. Whenever he does his expression looks so funny when he's leaning up against the... I mean, it's always his expression. And yeah, EB, let me pull up your points balance. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Alright, so EB, as of today, you have exactly 10,000. Not bad. Okay. Eplo says, is the IRS in the zone? Yeah, me looking at my taxes spreadsheet of channel points. And then EB says, post this request, right? I mean, if you mean, yeah, I just updated the spreadsheet for today's request. Yeah, which that 10,000 that I just cited, that factors in today's 7,000 that you spent on the request. Wow, and EB says you can record movie scenes? Movie scenes? Like you can take footage of your gameplay or something? Wow, we got this snow exterior. Absolutely iconic. Oh, no, okay, now I get it. Yeah, post as in after. Gotcha, yes. Perfect. Okay. Bruno's request here. All right, next up, this. Keo wonders if Keo's heard this. And yes, Vector, we are now on to Third Bruno's request. Doing 2 requests today. EB had guessed Rayman 2. You're not far off. Because Final Fantasy XII also has a 2 in it. Eblo shots fired says, no wonder Eblo didn't recognize it. Eblo only played the good Final Fantasies and 6. Vector's in fact used this song in one of his videos before, but forgets the actual location in-game.
See, that's why I don't even play.
Here we are in a land far away. Good cinematics. EB's only played Final Fantasy 1. Wow, there's so many Final Fantasy games. I would have thought FF1 just kind of disappeared into the digital ether. Whoa, look at all these canonical creatures. Is this game canonical? Third Bruno explains that this song we're hearing plays in a forest that gets snowier the deeper you go in. This is just Sonic 06's intro, isn't it? That's where they got the idea. Third Bruno says, visibility is low in the last 2 or so areas. Is that early era gaming fog? In the name of the Father, and in the presence of I now pronounce you man and wife from this time forth. Vector says it's a weird phrase to use for a numbered Final Fantasy. Because it's always in a different universe. That is, unless you buy into the theory that 7 happens after 10. Third Bruno played this when going through the frigid outskirts in Dark Souls 2. It was fitting. Nice little cross-world soundtrack for you. Let it be known, the only turn-based RPG Shadow Ops has ever played was Golden Sun. I've played that. But not Sonic Chronicles and Mario and Luigi. Are you gonna get Brothership? Skip ahead to gameplay. Pardon me. This looks online. Is it? Alright, Third Bruno confirms it's not. Shadow Ops says Wall Street Fighter 4 happened before 3 in the story. They did a Street Fighter spin-off on Wall Street. CEOs fighting it out. Vector says people talk about the good ones because they like the good ones and talk about the others because they hate them. 1 and 11, on the other hand, seem to slip by. Third Bruno explains that this game landed in the era during their gradual transition toward real-time combat. And that's what Rebirth is, right? No one takes turns. You just punch whenever you want. EB says that he sees 3 and 4 get talked about quite a bit because of the localizations, that is. Eblo explains. Eblo thinks that 1 gets talked about a fair bit by virtue of being first, and also because its plot is relevant to Stranger of Paradise. Not to mention, Stranger Paradise has the best protagonist out of any Final Fantasy. This just looks like WoW. You're telling me this is not an online game? Okay. It just looks like a WoW raid. You know, World in Warcraft. One sec here, I just want to make sure that the song will loop once it's time. Yes, it will. Oh, so rude, I'm sorry. I never meant to do that. Third Bruno should really go through the entire series. The mist seeds. It reeks. Here's the Serious Sam level. EB says 5 kind of gets lost in the shuffle, between 4's translation and 6 being considered the best in EB's experience. Flowering cactoid. Is the local Goron species. As an outsider, Eblo feels like World of Final Fantasy is somewhere in the middle of the road in terms of how much people talk about it. Vector chronicles that 5 is the entry that solidified the class-based skill system that would be popularized in the other entries. So, yes, Vector doesn't think it gets lost very often. I mean, 9 wouldn't play the way it does without 5. I'm like reading these things with dramatic gusto as if I understand all the ins and outs, but really, because I'd never played a Final Fantasy, I'm just a good actor. Third Bruno says, would you all believe him if he told us that he never finished the story of this game? I'm gonna believe you. Because you don't have any lies or extended bits on file. Alex Yard is the truest Final Fantasy fan confirmed by Eblo. Third Bruno always got drawn to optional content at the last free point in the plot. And then eventually got burnt out. Wow, so you were able to go to the final confrontation. It was like, let me do some side quest stuff first. And then never circled back around to the final confrontation. Vector says 12 is a very beefy game. It's unsurprising to burn out, not finish it. I mean, Eblo got burned out in the tutorial. Like that guy who got burned out in the Cuphead tutorial. Keo says 5 didn't come out in the US, and it didn't get a DS remaster either. EB says the only stuff he hears about this game are the insanely tedious post-game bosses. Third Bruno says, oh yes, Third Bruno hasn't even fought in the toughest one yet. Now these arcs, the arc that goes from, I guess, you to your enemy, is that really just showing you who you're locked onto, who you're gonna attack? Third Bruno confirms. I was right. Wow, look at this Avatar the Way of Water creature. Wow, you die as you get to just play as someone else who's still not dead? Victor says the arcs represent who you're targeting, and also who will be targeting you. Or does it depend on the color? Third Bruno confirms, as long as at least one party member is alive, you can continue. So you're not playing as one primary character, you can just switch between them, kind of like Hyrule Warriors. Blue arcs for the party, red for enemies, confirms Bruno. Eblo says someone should tell the Persona devs about that mechanic where at least one person survives, you keep going. Does Persona kick you out of a dungeon if even one person dies? A la Mario 64. Okay, so Eblo says in Persona, if your main character dies, that's instant game over. Despite having a party of 4. So, in this game, is there a main character you play as, but then you're able to continue as the others if the main, or is all the characters on equal footing without one being the primary? I need to know. Kyo gently recommends that I not ask about the main character of 12. Vector Sater says it's supposed to be Vaughn, but it's complicated. Third Bruno says Vaughn is the first character. Frankly, the plot gives all 6 homies attention, but Vaughn is sorta supposed to be the main one. Kyo says thorny subject. Vector cautions folks on spoilers regarding the Emily. So yeah, we got gaming hangout tomorrow if anyone's around. And then the Friday stream that controversially, I say controversial as a joke, the last segment of that is going to be a vote. And that vote, on demand at that time, will determine if it's Cuphead or Sonic. Eblo is noticing, there's some bleed over from Crisis Core here. Crisis Core has the same diamond-studded exit visual thing. And then EB says hangout at 12. Hangout is at 1 Eastern. But yeah, EB remarks it's crazy how much they were able to push out of the PS2 for how weak it was. It was weak? Have you seen Metal Gear Solid 2? Can't do that on GameCube. Bruno says one of his relatives would get half the party to level 99, but leave the other half in the 50s and 60s. Third Bruno can see why they added a job system in later releases to limit characters' abilities. Why? Is that abusing the what's it called? The system? Yeah, now EB says Twin Snakes Alex, and I actually was thinking that as I was saying that. But Twin Snakes graphics, I don't know. Are the Twin Snakes graphics better than PS2 vanilla graphics? Wow, EB says it's the weakest of the 6th gen. That's, I've never been a graphics expert, but I just never would have thought Nintendo wouldn't be at the bottom of a graphics face-off. Eblo says, you can tell this game's age. It has similar sensibilities to Twilight Princess. Many of the games of this time felt like this. Not sure how to put it. Okay, EB says that it was perhaps the DVD drive that caused it to be shortchanged. Well, it paid off because the DVD drive is why it sold jillions. Alright, EB says this was before Nintendo stopped running the race. See, that's the thing. I would have thought Nintendo's graphics, who cares, dates back to even the N64. Because all the kids in my neighborhood that were PlayStation fanboys would always boast about the PlayStation's superior graphics to the N64. Evlo says the PS2 was weaker in some ways, but not all. It had much higher bandwidth for graphics, which is why it had far better alpha blending and fog effects than its competitors, or even successors. That's why so many remasters of PS2 games end up looking worse. That's bizarre. That the game would look worse, even though the base system was underpowered compared to its peers. Alright, EV says GameCube's pretty powerful. Figuring that the GameCube era tech devs were wary of CD-based games. Well, GameCube games are on micro CDs. And then Kyo says, oh, so that's why the Kingdom Hearts 2 remaster looks so bad. No, was that Silent Hill 2? Yeah, EB says PS2 ports are generally the worst of the generation. Take Heroes, for example. That is true, that Heroes is generally regarded to be the worst on PS2. I guess in my head, I never stopped and thought about it, but my subconscious assumption was that the inferiority of the PS2 version was just because they chose GameCube as primary and then had to port it to the other machine, but I don't know. I'm not 100% on that at all. Eblo says Persona 4 Golden also had the story-relevant fog heavily gimped from the original, although to be fair, it was a handheld port. Of this music, Third Bruno's found this song to be the strangest in the game. Perhaps it is, but you come to appreciate how it has two considerably different parts to it. And I wonder how long this loop is, how long each of the two parts is, because I saw that the whole YouTube video was 10 minutes in the loop. Alright, Eblo's Heroes understanding is the same, that Heroes targeted the GameCube, with the other ports being secondary. EB says the Xbox version is also really good, or maybe just the Xbox proper. Its most ports are worse on PS2. Alright, Third Bruno thinks the calm part is perhaps the shorter one. EB wonders if the PC port, it's so funny and weird that Heroes has a PC port. Right, how many other games, mainline Sonic games got a PC port? Like, I don't think 06 or Unleashed came out on PC. And I would think that the PC versions of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 were not until much later. Want me to peek on Twitter and see if there's any talklings about live and learn? I can't find anything useful. Oh well. Yeah, EB says that they used, must be the GameCube Sonic Adventure DX SA2 Battle as the basis for PC ports. And yeah, Eblo, I was just seeing if there was any more substantive commentary about the Live and Learn lawsuit that just dropped dead egg. Nothing. I think Sam Procrastinates would hop on what's it called? Let's make a quick clickbaity video, him or the Sonic Show, but let's see if there's anything on YouTube yet. All Eblo knows is that Paramount contacted Johnny for Sonic 3, but not Sega. So that in itself backs up his claim. No, I don't see any YouTube news updates. EB feels like Sega wouldn't allow him to talk about certain things since he's a community manager. You mean Johnny from Crush 40? What do you mean he's a community member? Oh, what's that? Sam Procrastinates? Yeah, I don't know, I mean, Sam, wait, community manager, does that mean he's, like, not just an official Sega-partnered influencer, but he has some official role in managing that stuff? Because I know Sam was very vocally negative about the Knuckles series when that came out. Eblo says YouTubers are waiting until the movie drops so they can really harvest the clips. Eblo wonders why Eblo can't be a community manager. I manage my Discord community, so where's my invite to the premiere? Alright, what EB knows for sure is that he's affiliated, Sam, and he works on the social media team. So him and Katie are in cahoots. Live and learn. As soon as Eblo figures out how to pronounce Katie's last name, Eblo will call Sega headquarters and demand retribution. Yeah, what is it? Katie Charge? Tranowski? Tranowski is up. She pitched the idea. The murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. And she's gonna have that on her resume until the end of time. It's well deserved. It was her idea. Eblo needs a few more vowels in order to be able to make sense of the name pronunciation. Well, yeah, guys, as we wind down, I'm gonna get right back to work on the new video. Thanks for hanging out as always. And I'll be back Friday, which, if things go the way that I think, then I will have seen the movie that day. And I will have my non-spoiler impressions, which may include a targeted 5-minute spoiler-filled segment. So yeah, Third Bruno, I will see you Friday. For the Pac-Man finale, that'll be awesome. And more Swamp Life. But yeah, Vector Satyr, have a great night. Third Bruno, thanks for the request. And of course, and yeah, EB. EB's asking if we can spoiler tag in the Discord. I don't know if anyone made a thread. I'll just make a thread for Sonic Movie 3 spoilers. But yeah, have a good one, EB, and of course Jack Griffith over on YouTube, and Shadow Ops. Have a great night. You're very welcome, Shadow Ops. Always great to have you with us. So yeah, Third Bruno, have a good one. JJ, Eblo, Keo, and everyone else watching beyond those who are in chat. I really appreciate you tuning in. So have a good night, and I'll hang out with you, those of you tomorrow that are joining us for Gaming Hangout. The sky's the limit. So I hope you're all doing good, and whatever happens with this lawsuit will not dampen our parades of excitement for the movie. At least that's what I've decided. And I recommend we all, yeah, things happen. All we can do is laugh. So yeah, signing off. This has been Alex Yard here in the Alex Yard Zone, WAYZ 91.6. Get it? June 1991. FM. Turn it up. Tell your friends. Get channel points. Request music. Bet accurately in the predictions. Thanks to our 2 song requesters as well.